She's still giving me the finger. Wow, she gave me... Oh, now it's the good finger. All right. Hi. How are you, everybody? Welcome to the new show that's filling up Gas Now's time slot. This is Jorge Eats. Yeah. So this is where I eat food and then I chew into the microphone because that's what everybody loves. They love me and people eating in microphones. Yeah. All right. So this is some weird pastry with a hot dog in it that Natalie got, and it had ketchup and mustard, and it's been sitting out for a while. Probably not good to eat. Department of Health probably have a lot of things to say about this, but hey, this is what we do on Jorge Eats. All right, I'm gonna try it now. Oh yay! Okay. I'm gonna take a bite. Oh wow, it's actually a good sausage. That's a good wiener. Oh yeah.
Jorge knows a good wiener.
True. I wanted to hate this. I went in with the intention of it being like no, it's actually really good.
What is this bullshit? Is this what we're doing now that Gas Digital Now is canceled? Is this the kind of content that we're putting out as a company? Boo, boo. You're bombing right now. You know what, Natalie? Run it back. We're not ending the show after all. We're continuing 2 more weeks. 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. Can you believe that horseshit? Just eating a dog on camera, that's what was going to replace us? I'm not going to stand for this. We have to keep going.
It is very gay and on brand for him to be eating a wiener on camera.
We would never stoop so low as to do content where we're eating snacks on camera.
So true. We would never stoop to that level.
I mean, if we ever just started doing foreign snack reviews with the other staff here, that would
That
be
was
appalling.
foreign. It came from like a Korean bakery. So that was a foreign snack.
Well, listen, folks, we're back.
You didn't think you could get rid of us that easily, did you? To be fair, this was not we didn't pull one over on you. We really did think that was the last episode when we recorded last. And then we basically got a call from the bosses being like, wait, come back.
Yeah, we're appreciated around here, and they wanted to invest in us, and I really appreciate that because I want to continue investing in this company because I really enjoy the content and the fans and everything in this universe. So
yeah,
I appreciate the recognition, and I want to give back.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited to. Wait, we got to do this in a YouTube. Now I'm thinking about how we do this in a YouTube way.
Yeah, because the truth is that we're now a network show.
Oh.
They brought us back with like a contract essentially, and we didn't sign anything, but there's basically a contract in place here, which is like we're gonna be a mainstream show now. We're not a Gas exclusive anymore.
We're propaganda now. We are propaganda.
We are sponsored propaganda now. That's true.
Elon, watch your ass, dude. We're the new AP.
Yeah, literally. We're the new Doge.
Ooh, it's dark out there.
Welcome to Gas Digital Now, the Gas Digital wrap-up show.
Welcome. We have so much to cover today. We should probably at the top of the episode talk about what we have in store. We're going to be talking about No Need for Apologies. Robbie Goodwin got reckless with some lyrics.
Yes.
And we're going to be scrutinizing his playlist because there's a lot to talk about there.
For sure.
We're going to be talking about the foot rub on the regs and debate on whether or not a dog can or cannot eat you and the effectiveness of the foot rub overall, right?
Right, yeah. We're definitely arguing over the thing that they fact-checked in the episode that caused the foot rub to happen.
We're doing a lot of fact-checking. We're doing a lot of foot rubbing.
There will be no foot rubbing on this show.
Who did I talk to? Was it with you? We'll get into it. But what else do we have to... Oh, an HSR. We're going to talk about what cocktails we want to give to different politicians.
Sure.
And, Natalie is been on a cocktail kick recently, so maybe we'll come up with some new concoctions. And what else?
We're going to talk about Josie's crazy blackout story on TTI. And
what has that crazy kid been up to?
And wait, where's my last one? Skanks. Jay has beef.
Oh boy!
I don't know anything about this beef, so I'm gonna let Mike tell me this one in real time.
We have to pick sides here.
Yeah, we're definitely picking sides.
We're picking a lot of sides this week, and maybe a nose or two, because that's what you do with friends.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. They're talking out there. I thought it was for us. I'm Natalie.
I'm Blind Mike.
Damn. I just figure we should introduce for people that maybe have never seen a network show
This
before.
is a wrap-up show, and we're wrapping up all the content, baby.
Yeah, I think the plan moving forward is going to be we're going to restrict ourselves to 5 shows.
Ooh, it's going to be, I'm itching.
And I'm itching too, and it's not necessarily, we're not going to necessarily jump into the conversation topics. We just want to highlight the top 5. Debatable, but top 5 moments from shows this week.
And have a little discussion about them, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, yeah, for sure. It's just not going to be like...
I literally have no idea what the structure is.
It's all right. I like it. Welcome to Gas Digital Now, the Gas Digital Wrap-Up Show. Gas Digital is a podcast network. I'm branching real far out this time. It's a podcast network.
If you love Legion of... Listen, okay, here's what I'll say.
Okay.
If you love Legion of Skanks and you love everything Louis J. Gomez... This is the entire universe that surrounds that. All the comedians that come to the studio where they record Legion of Skanks. You know, all the content that surrounds it and is kind of encapsulating what is, you know, the Legion of Skanks universe and all the comedians inside of it. And we're going to be wrapping that up.
What if I'm a regular person who's never heard of Louis J. Gomez before? What would you tell them?
So we kind of are, this is I would say it's I'm
just gonna keep snapping until you come up with something. Can you take off one of those headphones? It's really bothering me. Yeah.
You know,
Do you like naughty things?
Yeah.
Do you like it when people say naughty things?
Yeah,
sometimes.
Do you like it uncensored?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then do I have the place for you? Gas Digital Network. A whole network of uncensored comedy that's quite naughty.
And other stuff like SDR show and the Josta show. There's some other podcasts on there, but most of them have a comedic spin.
I would say this is very punk. All right, so if you like punk kind of comedy, punk rock style comedy and everything in that kind of
not mainstream.
Not mainstream. It's like I love always how Louis describes. If you don't know who Louis is, but like he always says like we're the Skankfest is like the party for all of the kids in school that never got to go to the parties. It's kind of like our style of comedy. You know, it's a little like it's like lunch table humor.
Sure.
If you like hanging out at the lunch table and cracking jokes, this is if we put microphones in front of us and we all just like to fuck around and have a good time and be silly. Talk music, talk MMA, talk comedy, just everything involved in that life and surrounding. I don't know, Jorge. What do you got?
I like it. I don't hate it. Do you have anything to add?
I'm not even here.
I feel like lunch table leads us into regs, which I would say like visual gag is like the top. These are in no particular order, by the way. But number one thing, I watched the regs today. I used to work on the regs, and
it's a super show of a bunch of different comedians. Do we have to do this?
No, I was just gonna say we don't have to do.
Come together.
No, we're just gonna show it, and you guys can decide if you want to watch it or not. But
yeah.
I used to work on it. I usually don't listen to it since I've stopped working on it. But today it just tickled me. I was like, this really is like a new pilot. Mike's vaping again. It's like bringing me back to the old days.
I wish I could tickle you.
God damn. Those don't hit like they used to, though. That is the one thing that it's not fun for you to make like sexual advances at me anymore. It's not funny.
Or is it more fun than ever? Because everyone's in on it.
Anyway, on the regs, Louis had to... Louis J. Gomez and Bobby Kelly had a bet over whether or not... Yes, technically it came from Gene Hackman, but it was, would your dog eat you if you died in the house?
But 2 other dogs were alive.
For 10 days.
The dog got
That's how you get your face ate. Yeah.
When you die and your dog's still alive,
Your dogs and cats will eat you.
Yeah,
that's how your dog's gonna munch your face.
Cats will eat you first, though. Dogs will wait.
Yeah,
Dogs
A
won't.
cat will
dogs won't
eat you if you're sleeping for too long.
still up.
Cats are evil.
Yeah, dogs won't eat you.
They won't.
No, they won't. The cat.
That's
will
not
eat
true.
you.
Dogs will eat you.
100%.
Myrtle
Look it
would
up.
eat
I'll
me.
bet how much we betting.
I'm so
let's.
excited.
You have to.
I'm telling you right now,
drink
my
this.
dog would eat my face.
I have to wait till 9:45.
What? Oh yeah.
I'm on a
Tonight.
fast tonight.
This is
so
liquid.
excited.
Oh, you're on a complete fast. That's amazing.
Wait,
You did
hold
it
on. Get
72
back to the
hours.
bet. One of you knows you're wrong because you're trying to.
I'm $1,000 says the
No,
dog will
why
eat
are you
you.
gonna go nuts?
$100.
No, let's go lower.
Yeah, go
$8.
Bobby knows he's wrong.
Five. Let's do five.
Bobby knows he's wrong.
How about this? $5
Wait, hold on.
and a back rub, like a shoulder rub.
Oh,
Before you shake-
Foot rub on the show.
yes.
Wait,
Foot
right
rub,
now.
Foot rub with sock. Because I wouldn't want to do
Ew,
that.
sock is gross.
I don't.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
Sock
dude,
absorbs.
You haven't seen my
sweat.
toe. I don't want my. I don't
All
want
right,
to touch
foot,
my
but I
toe.
want no socks on mine.
wait. Okay, bring it up. Will a dog eat a person?
No, whoa, 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 whoa. We're betting a foot
$1,000.
massage.
We're betting a
dickhead.
foot massage.
$1,000
Foot massage.
No,
That-
not the $1,000.
$5 in a.
That a dog, yes or no? A dog will eat you or not eat you?
I shake. Yes.
Okay.
Stop. Don't be so aggressive. Do it gently.
Woohoo!
There it is.
All right.
10-minute foot massage. 5 minutes each foot.
5 minutes each foot.
Oh, I can't wait.
According to studies.
A dog might start eating sooner within
24
24
hours.
Jesus,
Damn.
Bobby.
I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, this is delightful. I'm excited about this foot rub.
Oh,
Oh.
God, a man's foot is seriously
Rough.
gross.
Not that bad.
We gotta.
I have a nice foot. My foot's nice.
He's got. That's.
Do
It's
this
not a bad
after.
foot.
I don't like
It's
this.
not a bad foot.
No, why didn't
You
you
put
want
a
to get
timer
it?
on?
Oh, that's fucking nice.
No, you just
I know, right? Right.
Put a
there.
timer on. 5
Right
minutes
there?
each foot. Yeah.
That's where the plantar fasciitis.
You want
is.
to put a timer
Oh.
on, Joe, or you just want to check?
My
your
feet are.
pulse?
My dogs are barking. Ironically.
And then the bet became a foot rub, 5 minutes on each foot. And of course, they had to do it over the table. And then the other guys were like, can you do that under the table? And they were like, no, that would make it gayer. Everyone has to see it. What did you say? Did you see it? Did you have an opinion on this before they looked it up?
I think that there's many such cases. I think that there are, without a doubt, unquestionably, I think that there are a plethora of examples of animals eating dead humans.
I would say I kind of agree with Bobby that cats are like ruthless, that like they would eat you way quicker. But then I think any animal in a starving situation would resort to things they wouldn't normally resort to, you know? Like if they're not being fed and they're like, well, I'm going to eat this guy because otherwise I'll die. But they did say that one of the dogs died and 2 of them survived. So maybe it was their internal conflict,
Yeah.
the dog's internal conflict that kept it from eating Gene Hackman and his wife.
Dogs will eat anything, though. They'll eat their own shit.
They will, but that's different than something that was their parent, you know?
They don't see them like that.
Sure they do. Sure they do.
No, dogs don't know what an owner is.
Sure they do. More than cats do, I would say.
I don't know. I think that humans are not dogs' best friend.
I think it depends. How do you feel about foot rubs?
They're too tickly.
I agree.
Speaking of tickling, I'm gonna kick you in the face a little bit.
I think so. I'm not a massages person in general.
I love a massage.
Like a back massage.
Oh yeah.
I'm not into, I don't enjoy getting professional back massages or any professional massages. But yeah, I mean, yeah, don't touch my feet. Don't touch my feet.
What if they're reading? Because they say like there's like those people out there. There's a sect of mediums
Okay.
that will, instead of palm reading, will read your
Are
feet.
you making that up?
No, because they
Really?
say like the foot is like the bottom chakra or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And like there's a diagram out there where like the different parts of the feet correlate to like different parts of the brain or the body or something.
Sure. Like an acupuncture thing or acupressure?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting. I've heard of that with acupressure, how you can like.
Make someone come by touching their big toe or something like that.
Oh, are you familiar? Are you referencing or are you familiar with Shameless, the crazy scene in Shameless where she
Yeah.
rubs his feet and he comes?
Yes, but I don't think it's real. I don't know if I believe all
I
that.
bet it's real. Didn't Chris have a story about? Oh, he's not there. Didn't Chris have a story about coming pants? Like a lady was massaging him. Pretty sure Chris said that on High Society Radio.
No, Renan said that on Monday.
Did he on what show?
Laz.
Really? What did he say?
He said that he was getting a massage once, and he was just so excited and by the idea that he came when he touched her.
He was giving the massage?
No, he was getting it.
He was getting the massage. That's
Sorry,
funny.
I don't know why he said when he touched her, when she touched him.
Well, technically they did. It doesn't matter. Interesting.
Anyway, but the highway.
But yeah, I'm not into a foot massage. I just enjoy. I called out this part because any sort of physical any sort of physical punishment I felt had to be mentioned.
Yes. Do you? All right. So, if it's not a foot rub, what's the best physical contact bet for you?
Okay, interesting.
Because I don't know if you know this, I also am tickled by a shoulder massage.
Yes, I am familiar with that. I am very ticklish too. We're both very ticklish, childlike of us. Don't touch me. I feel like a physical challenge would be like, or a physical payment would be like, carry my shit for me.
What if you're not carrying it? What if this is at your house?
Then an IOU for like a time that we're out. It's like, you got to carry my stuff for me.
Boring.
Okay.
That's not fun. There's no
so
payoff
besides massages, what else is there?
Well,
I get to wet willy you?
there's some classic fantasy football punishments out there that we could maybe bring around.
Okay.
Maybe you gotta wear like boys' clothes or something. Maybe you gotta It's better if it's a guy wearing a dress.
Right, I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Put makeup on you? You have to wear makeup?
Or we have to do your makeup. I have to do your makeup.
I'm wearing makeup.
But I would do it bad.
No. Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Sharpies.
Yes. Sharpie attack.
Yeah.
What else?
You tell me, man. I couldn't come up with any.
You have to play a sport.
Where's the payoff there? That's another time.
You hate it. You hate playing a sport.
I don't hate playing a sport. Again, you're talking about like in the moment during a show, physical payoff visually.
Yeah. Nothing for you.
I would take the massage just as like a fuck you, you know? I wouldn't want it to be my feet. I would want it to be my shoulders.
There's gotta be, all right, we don't have to drag this out, but what's how did you feel
When?
about what their opinions?
About the
You
massages?
seemed very pro dog in this situation.
I think I said this already. It was like, yeah, I think any animal pushed to its limit would eat something that it would not normally eat. You know, I think it depends on the time.
And do you think cats are more ruthless?
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm. I think famously, cats are more known as the ones that would eat your face when you die. Cats will come up to you when you're sleeping and like check if you're still alive.
Yeah, they're waiting on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cats in the middle of the night, you'll just hear it, and there's a pot boiling on the stove.
Mm-hmm.
The crock pot is on.
Oh, that was the sound of the burner clicking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, what is that what your mouth does when you cook?
You just hear chopping onions and carrots.
Right.
And there's you smell a stew.
A stew.
And then you start snoring and it's off.
I think we got plenty there. You want to move on?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Can you tell me about Legion of Skanks this week?
Ooh.
Because I don't know about this, so I'm
Well-
gonna let you lead with this one.
So what
performing
was
5 days and
waste
5
of
nights?
everybody's
You go
money.
to 5.
What was your experience with them? Why do you not like them?
What band is this?
It's not the music.
311.
Before we went on the podcast, in some fluid of the conversation, I said the word finger bang.
Is that a band too?
Just the word.
I don't think I've ever hung out with you without you saying finger
Thank
bang.
you. He didn't know this about me,
Jay
which is
uses
fine.
it, you know, like in the military when they're like sandwich sir, like sir, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's how Jay uses finger bang.
Yes.
Like that's
It's my commas. So
Went to a store, finger bang.
it's why he
it's
has
my
no-
hamburger. Went to the store. Finger bang.
Finger bang.
Finger bang. So we started the show. and we
Looks
were talking
empty in
about
there.
And then I made like a joke.
I know that's not what we're
about,
commenting on.
girls with hairy armpits getting finger banged in Volkswagens to their music.
Love
and
it.
He goes, finger bang again.
Inception.
And
Inception.
I shut off completely. I didn't speak again.
Oh, I'm nervous. I hate confrontation.
Shannon doesn't look impressed with your joke.
Why did you say it?
Idea to go out to California, because I mean it's California beach rock at its finest. I mean it's definitely, to finger a girl wearing jean shorts and bury a keg.
Back to the fingering. Yeah.
Pause it.
Look at his
still
smarmy
laughing.
cock face.
He laughed at the joke. He laughed at the joke.
No, Jay, you're such a fucking idiot. He's not funny, right? So you said a thing again that he thought was funny, and he just said it out loud. Because you're making him nervous because he's like a good
He also
guy.
laughed. He had a natural reaction of laughing at your joke.
He's still laughing. Look at him, Jay. He's still laughing.
Stopped at a weird time.
So just a little recap on the whole thing. So they were on Legion of Skanks, and they were doing top bands. They were ranking bands that they've had beef with.
Right.
Not by the beef that they had, but the music that this band produces.
Right.
And one of them was 311 because of this clip. And then they watched the clip to see the beef, and they were like, Jay, what are you talking about?
Right. That's so funny.
What do you think?
I kind of agree.
With who?
I agree with the rest of the guys, or the rest of the table, because I want to believe him. I want to believe that he was like, fuck this guy. He was laughing. He was offended. I really thought he was going to show a clip of the guy being offended.
Yeah.
And that's not what I saw. I think, was that the whole thing?
Yes.
That was the whole
interaction.
SDR?
And then Jay didn't talk for the rest of that SDR episode because he got shut down.
Yeah. I think that he's also you. That's something you would do and be like, what'd they mean by that?
I bombed.
Exactly. Like, I think I agree with Annie in that, which is like, this guy just went, we're back to, you're talking about fingering again. Just because he's nervous being around people who are funny, or just nervous being on a podcast, being interviewed,
And so I thought the same thing, right?
Okay, I'm ready to be proven wrong.
I was completely on your side until Wednesday. That was, I guess, yesterday. If recording this on Thursday,
right?
I told Ralph about this because he was excited that they talked about SDR, and he was like, "Oh no, 311 hated Jay." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, no, that guy didn't like him at all." I was like, "What?"
Before or after that?
The whole thing.
So they came on being hostile to him.
I don't know. All I know is that's all he said.
But that leads me to ask, did he really notice that, or did Jay plant it in Ralph's head that he hated him?
No, I think this has already been
established.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
that's so funny.
Just showing it to them, I agreed with them on the show where I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But maybe there was some tension we didn't see off camera.
Sure.
Who knows? But I do this, but not that egregiously. I think this was I would have been like, yeah, you're right.
I think you would have brought it to the table, though. You would have been like, this person's mad at me. And didn't the exact same thing just happen to you out there? We can cut this if you want, but it's like, Ralph was like, I think everyone takes things really personally that aren't really personal. We don't have to talk about the details of that, but...
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I agree that you would accept defeat if it was pointed out to you like this.
Well, I wouldn't have seen that as an insult.
Right.
I don't think that. I thought I would have just, if I was I'm not interviewing him, but I would have just been like, not seen. I would have continued the conversation.
Right. I wouldn't have shut down. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of column A, column B that Jay also just didn't like 311.
Yeah,
So
I
he
think
didn't really have
that's how it happens most of the time.
I have the sneaking suspicion Jay doesn't have anything to add about 311, so he wasn't going to ask any Ralph-specific rock and roll questions to them. So he was just going to come in with jokes, and because that guy wasn't
receptive,
he just wanted to talk about music instead of making it a more jokey, heavy episode. Then Jay was like, "Well, what am I even
Why am
here
I?
for?"
Yeah, completely. That's
so
fair.
I think that's might have been what it been, but Have you ever been in a situation like this?
I feel like they're not this distinctly. I guess it depends on what you mean like this, because there have been times when I first started working here with that comics, 1 or 2 comics would come in and I'm like, I don't think that person likes me. And it's literally just because they like are brisk and didn't know me like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'll shout out Karen Feehan as one of them, is like that we're cool. Obviously I'm working on her show now, but the first couple times I met her, I was like, I don't think she likes me very much. And it was just because she was like in a hurry or like playfully being combative to me if she was a guest on Real Ass Podcast and I was like in the booth or whatever, which is what the comics fucking do. And I was just new here and didn't realize. Why are you looking at me like that? Do you have one?
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, it was just me being stupid where I just like didn't get how things work around here, you know? And I was like, oh, she doesn't dislike me. She just is funny and... was in a hurry.
This is a lesson in ego killing.
This is a lesson in ego killing. That's a really good point.
I say that because I have an example recently when
Sure.
Cab Washington was on Spook Show.
Oh, yeah.
1.5 million years ago, Dave Temple and Monroe Martin had a monthly show at Studio 111 in Brooklyn that Cab Washington was at. It was like Cab Washington, Julio Diaz, and a couple other like comics. That little like newer comics, and I was talking to Cab and we had connected on going to LaSalle together, and we had a great interaction. Like we were joking around, we were having a lot of fun. Granted, I was also a little drunk, and he was probably also a little drunk.
Right, I was just gonna ask.
So he comes in for Spook Show, and this had to be at least. Did I say Julio Diaz? I meant
you did. I don't know if the other comics matter.
Julian, what's his face?
I don't remember.
Peach Fuzz Poppy.
Oh, Why am I JC?
Yeah, JC Mendoza. That's right. Yeah. So it was JC Mendoza. Which
I like that you said his and I remembered it from that.
Only specifically because I think JC and Cab go back, so maybe that could have also been I was jumping in on their fun.
Sure.
But it was good. But yeah, so that was like 2 years ago, and so now he comes out of the studio. I'm like, I didn't remember him either, and I was like, oh, hey, what's your name? And he was like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? My name is Cab. And I'm like, oh, LaSalle. And I just kind of blurted it out.
Yeah.
Because I don't meet many people from LaSalle, which is the college I went to. And he was like, oh, wait, huh? How'd you know that? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. We had connected previously. I don't even expect you to remember, but Monroe Martin did a show a billion years ago, and we had a thing, and it was just an awkward interaction.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now I'm a creepy stalker guy to him.
Yeah.
And I realized that this is the same situation. I need to kill the ego. It's never that deep.
It's never that deep, I think, is the lesson. Like, I just did that to KP Burke's wife out there, where I was like... He was like, have you officially met Natalie? And I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure we've met previously. And I like pretended that I didn't know where. And then I was like, oh, we met at filming my Canon special.
Oh.
And I'm like, I would assume that she wouldn't remember that. But I kind of just was like, yeah, we've met, even though we didn't really say anything to each other. You know, I don't think it's that crazy to be like, you don't have to be like, remember that time that we did that? You can just be like, we've met. It was quick. Like, I'd understand if you, like, don't remember.
Yeah. And you know what I think? I think this is an example of classic sales triangle that Lewis always talks about. You're one step closer. You're one interaction with this person closer to a good one.
Yeah.
So just keep going until you get the Riz again.
Right. Cool. We can totally move on if you want.
They,
or not.
I didn't realize that they also, because they talked about this, so we talked to you about, was that you were talking to about how Annie had beef with Train?
No, I didn't hear about that at all.
Yeah, I know you're if we're going off of the Venn diagram here, you're not in the middle here of Train fun. You're fun, not Train.
I didn't know there was a diagram
They're
between
like the
Train
same
and Fun.
Person, aren't they? They're like the same music from like 2012.
They are kind of the same music from 20. Yeah, you're not wrong. I feel like Fun is almost closer to like One Republic. No, that's not true. I think Train is probably closer to One Republic. I think Fun is probably closer to... I want to say 21 Pilots, but I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. They were just on the same record label.
Ooh, that's actually a better question. I'm sorry, I'm going all over
That's
the
okay.
place
Go
here.
for it.
If you were to have a beef with one band, who would you not
Okay.
mind having a beef with?
Okay, wait. 30 seconds. What is Annie's beef with Train?
It was very quick. It was basically it was a weird situation where for some reason, James Mattern, and Andy DeVito ended up hanging out with Train in like a hotel room after a show or something.
A show of trains?
Yes.
Okay.
It was an autistic convention, and they were all spotting
right.
the new Northeast or what is it? Whatever.
I liked it. You got there.
And they were up in the room, and as she was leaving, because she was being sober, because she was recording Girl Code at the time, so she was being sober and having to wake up early to record and all that. And so she was leaving, and they were like, "Oh, wait, before you go, I thought you were gonna fuck our roadie." She was like, "Excuse me?"
As a joke?
No.
Or they were serious?
They were serious. She was like, "Huh?" And then she was like, "No," and then she just like left.
Okay.
And that was just like a weird interaction that she had with them.
And it's like similar level of beef to what Jay showed, I think.
No, that was so much more disrespectful to be like, "No, you should fuck our roadie." It's so...
Oh, I see. I guess I misunderstood how you presented that. I thought, I don't know what I was thinking.
You're anti-woman. I'm being
I thought they were like,
here.
I thought they were actually like,
I got you.
I thought you said that you were gonna. I thought you came back because you were gonna fuck this guy, not you should totally fuck this guy as a favor.
Leaving.
Yeah. That's
whack.
fucked up. That's pretty whack.
So what would your band be?
What would my band be? I feel like because I said them, I want to pick 21 Pilots. Actually, that's not true. They seem ultimately cool, even though their fans are annoying.
Yeah. I would say Hot Shell Ray.
That's such a good one. I want to say Imagine Dragons.
Yes, can we curb stop Imagine Dragons?
They're Mormon.
Can we jump them?
They actually do some good shit for like Mormons who are like suicidal or whatever. They have some sort of foundation that's like that kind of thing. But
okay,
they're just corny. I feel like they're the new Nickelback.
Nickelback is good though. I wouldn't.
No. That's what I mean. Is that the internet hopped on Nickelback bad for about 10 years, and now it's Imagine Dragons.
Here's one from the rap world.
Okay.
Logic.
You want Logic to have beef with you?
I want to beef with Logic.
I feel like you can't pick rappers because then you're gonna have a diss track about you.
Ooh.
Regular bands don't.
You rhymed a bunch of words against me.
No, I
bro.
mean that's
see
why.
Me.
I mean that's.
I can't see you.
I mean, can I finish? I mean that's why you would pick a rapper because you want the diss track.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's against the rules.
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean they fought 3 Days Grace.
That's funny. How many I guess we shouldn't spend too much time on this, but like, how many bands do they have beef with?
So Annie contributed Train, and that was it for the guests.
Right.
The rest were all Legion of Skank. So it was prompted by, I'm sure, because you're friends with Dave now. You know that he was going at it with Dave Draymond of Disturbed.
No, I don't know about that. He doesn't talk about that. I'm part of the problem.
He was had a Twitter skirmish with David Draymond from Disturbed.
About libertarianism?
Palestine, Israel.
Oh, all right. That's the one big issue that I totally agree with Dave on is Israel-Palestine. So whenever he talks about that, I'm like, all right, good for you, man. Because I don't agree with most of his libertarian stuff.
And so Disturbed, and then Talib Kweli also had beef with Dave, I guess, over pandemic politics.
Sure. Dave upsets a lot of people with his shit.
And then 3 Days Grace, they fought on Shiprock. It's a famous story.
That I know about.
And 311 Jay, and then Lewis talked about recently. I think it was like maybe I feel like it was December, November. He was talking about how he got into it with the lead singer of Eve 6.
Wait, what did Eve 6 do? Why do I know that name?
They had one hit. I don't.
They were like a
remember,
one hit,
but-
right?
But Lewis will admit to this day that song does thump, and I agree.
Is it the one he did at the goddamn Comedy Jam? When I was way too high? Hold on.
So Eve 6, and then to round it out, obviously, if anyone's new here, every member of Legion of Skanks has had a problem with Sebastian Bach except for Dave. Sebastian Bach famously walked off the SDR show and also blocked Lewis on Twitter.
It is. Eve 6 did Inside Out, which is the song that Lewis did. That's like Heart in a Blender, et cetera, et cetera. You know the song. And yes, I remember Lewis doing that on the goddamn Comedy Jam right before I got way too high and barfed. It's a story I've spoken on previously.
And so just to wrap up,
Yes.
maybe we could do Frank's thing here.
Sure.
Who do you think won? Oh, so Skid Row was the one with Sebastian Bach, if you're not familiar.
Mhm.
So the list is Skid Row, 3 Days Grace, 311, Train, Eve 6.
They have to start
Disturbed.
getting. They have to
Who
start.
do you think? Just I don't need a ranking, a list. Just who do you think they thought was the best
Music?
music?
I don't know any of those people. I don't fucking know any of them. List all of them again?
Disturbed, Eve 6, Train, Skid Row, 311, 3 Days Grace.
Literally the only one that I have more than a single song knowledge of is Train. And I don't really like Train
3
that
Days
much.
Grace is the I Hate Everything About You.
I know, that's the only song I know, and the same with Eve 6. I only know the one song. I'm like, I could not tell you a Disturbed song at all.
Down with the Sickness?
Oh, yeah, duh. Besides that,
Sound of Silence.
I don't know how that goes. Except for the Simon and Garfunkel one.
It's like the best Simon and Garfunkel cover ever. It's, you know.
Oh, no shit. I know
what
how the song goes. I know
But
how the song
it's
goes. I'm a Simon and Garfunkel fan.
Instead of the ukulele or whatever the fuck they use.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
They do instead they do like a piano.
That's what I mean. I like changing the ukulele,
It was like a piano and a guitar.
It is piano. The original is piano.
Oh, whatever.
Just to piss people off, I'm gonna pick Train.
Yeah, it's,
He
it's
had
definitely
a
number
heart
one.
of stone.
White boy rage.
Lived 9 to 5 and he worked his fingers to the bone.
Yeah, this is.
Just barely out of school. Came from the edge of town.
Ah,
Fought
fuck
like
it,
a
dude.
sweet-
God's a rock.
He's
Skid
right there,
Row.
God's a
Move him to the
rock.
top.
You can't even deny it.
Skid Row's the best by far.
No. Pull Train back. Yeah, there we go.
Cover him up. Now,
Soldier
right?
and
That's
he
perfect.
fucked the world alone, and now it's 18 in life. You got it.
I still think you need to move all of these back because Train's so much better than them.
Now, listen, I don't mind Train being a little closer, but Skid Row wins.
Skid Row. I mean, Skid
Skid
Row
Row wins.
classic
They're the best
across the
by
board.
far.
Also, do you not like Slave to the Grind?
No.
Do you not know it?
Nope.
That's why.
Sorry.
Wow. It's a better
Well,
album.
it's official. Eve 6 are the cunts of our lives.
Train by a hair lost to Skid Row.
As far as best music,
Yeah.
wow, I'm shocked. Holy shit. Why did they? That's so gay of them to pick Train.
No, Skid Row won. Which also I don't agree. I
don't
tried
know
listening
any
to
Skid
Skid
Row
Row, and they're
songs.
not great. I do like Slave to the Grind, but
Don't they like Disturbed?
eh,
Isn't that their kind of horse shit that they fucking listen to on Legion of Skanks? Train is Train is something that me, a gay woman, would listen to. That's crazy. Drops of Jupiter. You're thinking Drops of Jupiter?
Yes, they were talking about how
fucking Hey Soul Sister.
because they had also on Story Wars the week before had a story where Jay talked about crying at a Train concert because his mom or his grandmother had just died and Drops of Jupiter played.
Okay, Drops of Jupiter is a good one. Hey Soul Sister and also 50 Ways to Say Goodbye are garbage.
Dude, they were like, this is such a good beach song.
Hey Soul Sister sucks.
It's the same thing as We Are
I'm
Young.
yours. No, I was gonna say I'm yours. Jason Mraz is way more similar. So yuck. Respectfully, yuck. Yuck. Also, songs that I spent iTunes money on in 2012. Yes, absolutely. No, they're gay for that. We have to move on. Let's do HSR next. Sorry to put you on the spot twice in a row, but Number 3, HSR cocktails.
One of my favorite shows on the network, if you're not familiar, Chris Stanley of the Ron Bennington Show also does a show with Gas Digital favorite Chris from Brooklyn.
Yes.
And last week they were talking about Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary or whatever.
I know that because I work for Part of the Problem.
What does he do? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. People are mad at him. Or they like him, depending.
Great. I love that. So apparently, according to Twitter, he's a raging alcoholic, and they were talking about what cocktails they would give him, and there was one that was called like an English breakfast or something, or some kind of breakfast, and it was like a cucumber and like hot sauce and like it was some kind of breakfast. I don't think it was an English breakfast.
You sent me this Pete Hegseth video.
Put up Pete. He's our new fucking Department of Defense head.
Okay.
And there's rumors that he's an out of control alcoholic and has a bunch of Nazi
Did he not
tattoos.
pull out a pint while giving a press conference like a week ago?
Yeah, he did.
He had like it in the podium, which, by the way, boss.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, here's
What's your favorite beer? My favorite beer. I do have a case of Corona Light in the basement right now, but that's for obvious reasons now.
You're drinking Corona
Coors
right now,
Light is
Stanley.
what I normally drink. I'll
Nice.
tell you this.
I love Coors Light.
I've moved away from beer. I think it's a sign you're getting old when beer just doesn't work with your digestive system the way that you want it to. And it doesn't. So I do less beer these days. I'm a gin guy. Gin is my poison of choice for sure. Gin and soda. Yeah.
You're not even going tonic?
But now that I'm getting older, I got to get up early for Fox and Friends. I put this much soda in and this much gin in. So I'm not really drinking all that much, although I may have.
By the way, that's the proportions of a gin and soda.
Glasses.
I got a good gin cocktail for him too. Gordon's breakfast.
What's that?
You muddle some cucumbers and limes, a little gin, sugar cube in there, boom, muddle it all together. Lime juice, hot sauce, Worcestershire, fresh ground pepper.
That sounds fucking delicious.
So good.
Lime, cucumber, simple syrup, gin. You got me so far. Hot sauce, Worcestershire, and black pepper. Gross. You took a thing that I would really like and made it a Bloody Mary, which I hate. So that sucks. But I like it I like that people drink that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the combination of the hot sauce and the simple syrup. That kind of makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like I would omit the syrup. Keep going.
So what are some cocktails you're working on? I know you're whipping them up.
Oh boy, this is a shameless plug for me accomplishing my one of my New Year's resolutions, which is to get better at making cocktails. And I'm filling a little notebook with every time I make a cocktail at home, I'll write it down in the recipe book and write down like what I would do differently next time. No one wants to hear about that. Recently, I was trying to make a cocktail using up what I had in the fridge. I was home alone. I was like, one of my favorite pastimes on like a Friday night if I got nothing to do, especially if I'm home alone, if my roommate's not there, get drunk and clean. Mike knows this about me. And the things I was trying to use up were, and I puked the next day, not because I was hungover, but because I think I had food poisoning, involving, it's going to gross me out just to describe it. Hawaiian punch and flavored vodka.
You made jungle juice, dog.
I did. I made jungle juice. It was apple exclusive.
You might have roofied yourself by accident.
Yeah, literally. It was apple exclusive. And I think I just used fruit punch, apple exclusive vodka, and lemon juice. I think that was the whole thing. And I drank it, and I was like, this is kind of good. Like, it was kind of like my version of Chopped, except with cocktails, which is like, can you make these ingredients good somehow? And I did that, and it was really good.
Nice.
And I had 2 of them, and then I barfed the next day because I think I had food poisoning.
It was so good, you had to get it a second time.
Ugh, never say that to me again.
Yeah. Okay, so let's not go politicians. Let's go with Gas Digital hosts.
Oh.
What cocktails would you give them?
I am not picking Chris from Brooklyn because he's a bartender and I don't want to disappoint him. I would... I'm going, like, I like bourbon and I feel tempted to, like, think of, like, Dave Smith and Lewis as like two people that like bourbon, and I would make them a bourbon cocktail, like something a little more creative than an old fashioned. I would say something like
that's
that.
good. They love that.
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
manly.
Something manly, exactly. Like the one that I make at home is like bourbon, maple syrup, and cranberry juice, but I think that's even a little too feminine for them.
Okay. Now here's one. So here's another quick shoe.
And lime juice, I think.
Here's a quick shoe-in. What is it called?
Shoehorn.
Shoehorn. Spook show this week or last week when
Right.
Cab Washington was on with
Right.
Gordon Baker Bone.
Right.
Gordon was talking about white Hennessy and how that's a staple of like successful black people because when they travel they'll find like nice cognac in other countries. 'Cause it's like
Sure.
in other countries it's like a very French.
So white Hennessy is different than regular Hennessy? Am I
Yeah.
stupid? So it's clear, or it's just called that because
I
it's
think
different?
it's clear.
Damn. Okay.
So with that in mind, let's not get too racist here, but if you had to make one for NNFA, what would you do? Dave Temple does drink.
I was gonna say, I was like, those guys don't drink.
Dave drinks. Dave said recently, I forget on what show, but he was talking about how he'll now drink in social situations where he might feel a little uncomfortable.
I'd have to know what he's drinking, and that's a crazy habit to pick up at 42 years old or however old.
Gotten more disciplined.
No, I feel like it's the opposite. It's like, well, after 42 years, I've decided to use a crutch of alcohol to be more comfortable in social situations. Usually it's the opposite. It's like, I used to need to do that, and now I don't anymore.
I think he always casually drank. He was just slowing it down.
Yeah,
when
it
we
was
met
not
him.
his. It was not his relaxant of choice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to know what he drinks.
But if you had to guess.
Damn you! And what would you guess?
I don't know.
Don't be racist.
Alcohol, but I think he's a vodka guy.
Okay, then I would make him. Here's the thing. I can't.
pretty
Again,
sure
I
he
can't
likes
think of a
vodka.
manly vodka drink.
Wait, I think I just talked to him and he likes tequila.
Oh, okay. He was talking about tequila, wasn't he? Okay, then I would make him a really good margarita, except maybe like a spicy one.
Yeah.
Like something a
okay.
little bit less sweet, a little more savory.
Maybe like a little drop of one of the
Like tahini on the rim, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that do you approve that answer?
Yeah, what about Zach?
Straight what's he drink? Damn it.
Fucking Four Locos.
No. The other thing that he drinks. Jaeger. That's the only thing I know that Zach drinks is Jaeger.
Jaeger, and we'll put meatloaf and mashed potatoes in it.
Stop.
That's his favorite meal. I know Zach's favorite meal.
Here's the thing is that I wanted to hate Jägermeister. And I was in Oklahoma with my cousin, and he was like, we're doing Jaeger bombs or whatever. Jaeger and Red Bull or whatever. He's like, do you want to do a shot of it with us? And I was like, can I have just Jaeger? That sounds less gross than what you guys are having.
Would you make him a Boilermaker?
What's in that?
It's where they put, I think it's Jaeger, and they put the shot in it.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking?
Let's go with that.
Oh, shit. Sorry, it's not yet. It's the beer.
Jaeger bomb?
Yeah, it's where they put the beer and they put the shot in.
Yeah, I was going to call it. I was going to say that, but you can take this one. Yeah, let's do that. That's what I would make for Zach, obviously.
Good stuff.
So
I
did
never
they
did that.
say what, on High Society, were they saying what drinks they would give Pete Hegseth?
That was it, the Gordon's Breakfast, and they named
Gordon's
they just started talking about cocktails in general.
Cool.
I don't remember, they just got into a discussion about it, and then because it did tie into Spook Show, and they were talking about how you can get nutcrackers online now, which is also something they've talked about on HSR.
Sure.
I thought it all just kind of tied in.
Right.
Which I don't know if Beatbox counts as a nutcracker, but that's what they were saying.
Beatbox, like the little package drinks? Gross. I have someone who worked at a liquor store. I have a moral objection to that and buzzballs.
What do we have next?
All right, let's see. We have TTI and we have No Need for Apologies. Or The Thing Is, Ding, and No Need for Apologies. If I'm going to say the full name of one, I should say
Let's
them
go
both.
TTI.
All right. Did you see this one?
Yes, I can recap basically what
Okay.
happened.
Was it Josie Marcelino that was
Yes.
on? Okay. She was the guest. Friend of ours, I would say.
So I actually heard this story firsthand maybe a week after it happened.
How long ago was it?
So this was in November-ish.
Okay, that's really recent. That's more recent than I was expecting.
When we were down for Thanksgiving for Helium, Josie was there because she opens for Jay sometimes.
Right.
And she was in the green room, and we were like, "Hey, Josie, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a minute." And she was like, "I was actually just in Italy, and I'm not sure because she didn't even have all the information she talked about on
Right.
TTI yet, but she was like, I had one of the worst experiences of my life. And I was like,
Wow.
what? She was like, yeah.
What about you, Josie?
Well, so traveling's a good one. I have a little bit of a unique perspective on this because back in November, I'll preface this by saying I'm fine. But back in November, I had sort of a freak medical situation which led to a legitimate psychotic break where I don't have memory of like literally 3 weeks of my life.
Philly is crazy.
Were you
Tell me
just
something new?
Were you just severed?
Basically. But I was severed, and in Italy, in a foreign country, which is crazy. I have no idea how I got home, but there's so many like pictures and videos on my phone now, and going through my credit card
Mom,
statement.
none of these places make Alfredo.
I've been,
Mom,
I've been piecing it all together.
Home.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Who were you there like with other people, or you were traveling by yourself?
Well, so when shit was starting to hit the fan, I was there with my boyfriend. And then shit really hit the fan.
Who at the time was Leonardo DiCaprio.
And then I'm way too fucking old. That's adorable that you think I'm fucking 23. That's so
You're
sweet.
in Italy. I'm thinking some story like, well, I met fucking Leo at Helium.
No, I fucking lost my mind. So when I started the trip, I was there with my boyfriend, and then I fucking fell out of my tree completely, and he didn't know what was happening. So he was like, well, this shit we're done here. And so we split, but we were still, I guess we were in contact for the rest of the time that I was there until I ended up getting home. But like, yeah, I came to like 3 days, like the day before Thanksgiving, like 3 or 4 days after I had gotten home. I have a non-cancerous tumor on my ovary, and we didn't know. Like, I had been feeling weird.
She had a super period.
Basically, I had been feeling weird. Like, I've like no energy, was sleeping like 14 hours a day, was putting on weight, like felt really weird for like months. And I kept going to my doctor, and I was like, hey, something's off. And she's like, you're almost 30. That's going to happen sometimes.
Wow.
Things are just, we don't know. And then I ended up, she like didn't fill my birth control. And I was like, yeah, I've been thinking of getting off of it anyway. Maybe that's leading to some of like the weight gain, whatever. So I just stopped taking it. And then I went to Italy like 3 days later. And that was when I started to really kind of spiral. Because of this thing, it was like suppressing my estrogen output. So it was like suppressing my hormones. And when that happens, that's like, so the way it was described to me is like, that's what happens when like women give birth and then they drown their babies in the bathtub.
Oh, postpartum?
Yeah, kind of. Like basically like when your estrogen gets that heavily suppressed, you can just legit go psychotic until they recorrect the hormones. On that day, I remember closing my laptop for work, and then that's it. And then the next thing I remember after that is standing in my apartment in Philly looking at myself in the mirror, and that was like the day before Thanksgiving.
How do you know that you fought a cop?
I have heard the reports from other people. I don't remember the fighting the cop, but apparently I did. I shoved, because I was trying to kill myself. That's a whole other thing, which I'm not suicidal even a little bit. I really super love being alive, but the severed version of me was like, fuck this. But yeah.
The surges will get you there. So be careful.
Surge is going to make me feel alive. But yeah, so they
Kill
were
that
like
tumor.
trying to restrain me. And I guess I shoved a lady, and then like 4 Italian cops were like, we've been dying to hit this broad for an hour. And they just like got me. And I was like fighting back, but not winning.
She booked a bunch of flights that she never took from like Qatar to Thailand. And like to just random places, and she can't get the money back for it because the
Holy
flights.
shit, they already happened.
Yeah. Wow. So she's lost like thousands of dollars in flights that she never took.
Holy shit.
and maxed out credit cards buying crazy stuff.
Wow.
And she still doesn't even remember all of it. And she's saying that she fucked up so bad she's still not on speaking terms with her ex.
Right.
Who knows what happened, so she can't ask him.
Yeah.
And he's
so
not
he
telling her.
knew exactly what happened, and he still doesn't want to talk to her.
Apparently, somehow he got her back to the States.
Right. But then dumped her, like physically dumped, like left her.
He knew she was, but I guess he knew she was having a psychotic episode. Was like, this is too much.
Yeah. Wow, that's fucking crazy.
And yeah, she's just been kind of trying to readjust.
Yeah.
And they had to put her back on birth control. And
Sure.
Yeah, it's a bunch of haywire.
Wow, that's horrible. That's a crazy story. This is the thing. We polled the producers here, and just to get a sense of like what the key moments were this week, and Shannon, who hosts that show, was like, Josie's story was fucking crazy. About blacking out was fucking crazy.
I can't, like, blacking out is so scary. I've done it and gotten a black eye from it.
Yeah.
And that was just from
That was just
alcohol.
like a couple hours, yeah. Or, an overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've,
Because the worst part is you do get flashes.
Yeah. And then yeah.
So you're like, what's in between here?
I have times that are like, I'm not sure if I blacked out or passed out. Like, I don't know if I can fully be like, chunk of time missing, but I remember exactly before and after, unless there was like a sleep in the middle of it.
All I remember is I had Hawaiian punch and some vodka and an apple thing. And then I got food
Apple
poisoning.
was the flavor of the vodka.
Apple is the flavor of your energy.
Should we move on to our last one?
Any comments?
No, that's fucking crazy and
Yeah.
terrifying, and I hope that never happens to anyone else.
Yeah, I hope she recovers. I
Plus,
feel
never
so
happens
bad
to
for
her again. That's horrible.
I always want to talk to her about it, but I also don't want to be like, hey, I'm sorry. I don't want to bring up past
right?
trauma.
Yeah, for sure. I get that.
Yeah, Josie's the best.
Yeah, shout out Josie, friend of ours. Person who texts me every year to be like, hey, thanks for on New Year's. Did she send you one also?
Yeah, there was a whole exchange recently where like Paco was like, well, you gave me a compliment once. She's like, I did that for everybody.
She really did. She
was like, that was a flirt actually.
Classic Paco. She goes through like people. She goes, hey, I just want to take a point on New Year's Eve to like reach out to people who have like made an impact on me and like thanks for being cool.
Yeah.
Stay cool. Yeah, shout out Josie. She's the best.
My favorite reaction from Figs was like, he was like, wait a minute, this is the same girl that brings brownies to comedy shows? I was like, that's a good point, Figs.
This is the same girl.
When have you ever been observant?
Yeah, yeah, literally. This is the same girl who does 30 costumes every year.
I know.
You
she's
should
a
follow
sweetie.
Josie on Instagram if you don't, because her costumes are crazy.
Banger.
All right, last one. Another fight. This one was like, I know Derek Gaines, and it was a little tough to watch because I hate confrontations. And he even was like, you were being good the rest of this episode, but I don't like your corny shit this time. Should I lead this one in?
Yeah, please.
Who was the other guest before I start?
Jordan Rock. I've actually met him.
Jordan Rock.
Really nice guy. He's a friend of Dave and Derek's. He's
Right.
the third brother of Chris and I want to say, who's the other one?
I don't know. Another Rock. Is that true, or is this a bit?
No, it's Chris Rock. Is it Eddie Rock? It starts with an E, right?
I don't know who you're referring to.
There's Chris Rock, and then his other brother is like kind of a famous comedian. And I'm not saying Jordan Rock isn't famous.
Right.
And not a funny comedian, but out of the three, he's the least known. But Jordan Rock is very funny and always been very nice to me.
Tony Rock?
Tony Rock, yes.
Yeah.
But this is the third Rock brother.
Cool. That's
He's the
cool.
man.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, I got beef.
So Jordan Rock, correct?
Yeah.
And Robbie Goodwin were the guests on No Need for Apologies.
So what about him?
What's your fucking problem? We're so close. We're almost done. I missed the beginning of it, but I did catch the fight where Robbie kept misquoting rap songs.
Yeah, they were talking.
Acting like he knew shit, and he's like, isn't that the one where so-and-so says this? And they were like, no.
Instagram is the best way to promote some pussy.
Yeah, that's
Instagram
Kendrick.
is the best way to promote some pussy. Yeah.
That's Kendrick.
Yeah.
That's such a good
What
line.
was that?
on
That's
song.
Drake. That's the one he did with Drake too, right?
No, nigga, stop
Kanye.
talking
Kanye.
about rap. You're
Kendrick and
doing
Kanye.
bad.
Kendrick and Kanye.
it
Yeah,
was Kendrick
no
and
more,
Kanye.
no more parties in L.A.
No
Duh.
more parties in L.A. Yeah.
That's the one he did with Drake, right?
That's the one he did. No, nigga.
No, I thought it was
That's not that
the
one.
Aesop Rocky one.
It's not.
Bad bitches,
There's
that's
no
my
more
fucking
parties in
problem.
LA.
Yeah, I know. You think I'm a big Kanye fan?
Yeah. Then say the right shit.
I'm not a big Kendrick fan. I didn't memorize his lyrics.
But if you a Kanye nigga, you should know the song that he on with Kendrick.
Look, Kendrick has like 2 songs where he's having fun.
This is what I need
and
you
I
to
mix
do.
them up.
When we bring up rap, don't talk until somebody else answers.
Yeah, like I asked a question.
Good God, but it was
I
like
asked
too
the
many of
fucking
these,
question.
Rob.
What's
In
wrong
the
with
beginning,
asking?
you was just,
What's
that
wrong
was the one he did with NWA, right? Nigga, shut up.
Hold on, let's try to give him a shot. All right, what is the music that you fuck with? Let's see where our comprehension is on that. What do you fuck with?
I literally listen to rap. I don't know what to tell you guys.
No, but tell who you listening to. Who you listening to?
Do you want to listen? All right, let's go through my YouTube music.
Who you listening to?
He was doing good till that.
Let me see.
Numb by Lake and Park and Jay-Z. We got, look, Jello, Tweaker, Vultures 1, Some Sexy Songs for You, Family Matters, Wheels Fall Off, Kendrick vs. Drake playlist.
You're listening to horrible rap.
I don't. That's fine. You asked me what. You asked me what. You asked what music I listen to.
Mickey D's rap.
Yeah, you listening to algorithm rap.
I'm a big look. See, fucking GNX, Drake.
In the show,
He's
man.
still listening.
Although,
Like you can't trust nobody still listening.
Eminem.
Yeah,
Of course,
He
Eminem.
listened. He got. You know what he listening to? He said that nigga got over in a recent thing. I know way too many
Yeah,
people.
I like to listen to Drake when I run. I like to listen.
What am I doing?
I like to listen to Drake when I run.
Tell me what's really going on.
I'm being gaslit and bullied.
And he was like, "What? This is all I listen to." And they were like, "We don't try to know about the Beatles." And he's like, "I wouldn't care if you said you knew about the Beatles." And then Derek was like, "You've been great all episode. Like, don't ruin it now."
Which
is generous for Derek.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's not a great argument.
What?
Being like, whoa.
We don't talk about the Beatles. No, I agree. That was corny on their part. But it's like, you can be like, hey, don't try to act like you know about shit you don't know about. But
no,
I
I'm
also
saying that was
get
a bad argument of Robbie.
that I wouldn't care if you talked about the Beatles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. It's like, first, and then he started listing rap that he listens to. And
egregious.
They called it algorithm rap.
Look, I do love Robbie Goodwin. I think he's always great. But if I were to describe his personality, it is Family Guy compilations on Facebook.
How do you feel about algorithm rap? Does that accurately reflect the music that he said out loud?
No, because that like implies music made for TikTok.
I guess.
His is like, it's not even top 40. It's like I heard that on the radio once, and now I just always listen to it.
Oh, I had never heard of any of the ones that he listed.
He said pop star.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
It's a Drake's. It's like a Drake song.
Oh.
It's like fucking It's like God's plan. It's like a God's plan style Drake song.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Look, it was kind of, one of his was Asher Roth, I Love College. How do you still listen to that? Bruh.
Got his whole ass.
Look, I also don't listen to great rap, but that
I was going to say, I would
much.
feel like you listen to algorithm rap.
I do like Casey Talk.
I don't know who that is. You keep naming people that I've never heard of.
I do, well, it's just, I mean, you can't, if you, the argument is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're arguing against them here, you don't bring up Eminem. But
Sure.
that was all, he was like, yeah, my band by D12. Like, you gotta be like, I love fucking Run the Jewels. Like, Run the Jewels is always a good Venn diagram where, like, everyone loves LP, everyone loves Fat Mike. You know what I mean? Like, black people and white people can all agree on Run the Jewels. I feel like that's a great common denominator. What are some good common denominator rappers?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
Yeah, that was
I was going to say, I feel like Kendrick is one of them.
No, he's corny. All of the songs that he chose were like the girl Drake songs.
So Kendrick is not a common ground rapper for white people and black
well,
people?
Black people don't like that people will use "I like Kendrick" as a way to act woke.
As if I have, like saying I have black friends?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Or they're like, no, I understand the struggle. I understand the poetic, poetic structure of Kendrick's bars.
I do have a concept of white people who are too into Kendrick Lamar. I get what you're saying.
It's the same people who like West Side Gun.
I was in college when To Pimp a Butterfly came out. I'm familiar. Was I? What year did that come out?
I don't know. But my most egregious is Alex has made fun of me for liking Lil Uzi Vert. But even that has I don't like that anymore.
2015, I was technically in college when To Pimp a Butterfly came out.
Jorge makes fun of me for liking Travis Scott, but I'll always defend Travis Scott because I always feel like, and I'll even give this to Drake a little bit, and also I'll say this for Taylor Swift, where it's like, these people aren't making the music.
That's true.
Respect the art, the actual songwriters that put this together.
Sure.
Like, those people are talented.
All 12 of them per song, yes.
But those people are talented.
Sure, I agree with that.
You know?
Yeah.
Did you listen to his, I guess you didn't listen to his playlist at all. Did you have any opinions?
The music itself, no, I didn't go and listen to it.
No, but did you hear the names?
Yes, I do not know a single one of them. What are you not getting about? He named 8 people and I don't know who any of them are.
So, okay, this is like if Pippin
Stop.
was against Rent.
He uses that all the time, even though it literally doesn't make any sense. What was the original reference that you used that for?
The
Super Bowl. Yeah. It's like stupid, so stupid. He's like, so.
Imagine if Hamilton was going against Book of Mormon.
And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I would say that's a good place to wrap it.
Yeah,
wrap this wrap-up show.
Get the rubber.
Go get the rubber. This has been Gas Digital Now, the Gas Digital wrap-up show. Go to gasdigital.com, sign up. Let's see if we have a code. Use code NOW. Try that. And if it doesn't work, use code CHE, C-H-E for... Oh, use code INSTA. That's Mike's code. Yeah.
Follow the Gas Digital account at Gas Digital on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube at Gas Digital Now. We'll put it in post.
Yeah, we'll figure it. We'll put it on the screen where you should subscribe. Yes, we'll figure it out. We're working it out.
Follow me at Brian Mike on Instagram.
Follow me at Natalie DeCicco Edits on Instagram. DECICCO_edits. You're gross. Yuck. Stop making. Your face is gonna get stuck like that.
Please.
We gotta go.
Bye
everyone.
We're back.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Ooh, baby, a triple.